What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Miami Heat, who just sent Kyle Lowry and a 2027 first round pick, which is lottery protected, to the Charlotte Hornets for Terry Rozier. I'll get my thoughts on the trade here in a second, but yeah, man, this is a realistic rebuild. The goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, and without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
Alrighty, man, let's get started with my thoughts on the trade. So for Miami, I like it a lot. They need some offense. Obviously, Terry Rozier provides that. It's not like he gave up a whole lot. Kyle Lowry, 37 years old. He's way past his prime at this point. And then they also gave them a first round pick in 2027. Obviously, that is in the future. Who knows what the league is going to look like by then. But when you take a look at the Heat, man, they've only missed the playoffs in 4 of the last 20 seasons. Safe to say it's not going to be a very good pick. When you think about it that way, man, it's not a lot to give up for Terry Rozier. Anyways, for the Charlotte Hornets, it's obviously not a great pick. We already talked about that. But still, man, it's a first round pick nonetheless. I think they'll take that. You're rebuilding team, you don't really need Terry Rozier. You might as well trade him for some draft capital. I'm not mad at it. Anyways, let's get started with our rotation breakdown. At the one, we got Terry Rozier, who I am going to start for right now, even though I will say I don't really love the backcourt pairing with Tyler Hero. Neither of them are really good defenders, but I will say this, man, at the start of his career, Terry Rozier was actually a pretty good defender. If there's any organization that can bring the best out of him on that side of the ball, it's going to be Miami. So yeah, man, that's the plan for year 1. We're going to see how he fits in the backcourt. If it works out, great. If not, we'll move him to the bench next season. I think that's the game plan. Anyway, speaking of Tyler Hero, we got him here at the 2 spot, 24 years old, 85 overall. Now, I know he's been in a lot of trade discussions, like the last 2 years, pretty much every time a star is available. But to be honest with you, man, I'm not opposed to keeping him. If we do trade him, it probably would be for like a star player. And I really don't think this team needs that. It's at least made the conference finals in each of the last 4 seasons. Instead of mortgaging their future for a star by trading away young players, draft capital, which they already don't have a lot of, I think they should just upgrade their role players, man. Terry Rozier being one example. And if that's the case, there's really no need to trade away Tyler Hero, man. So I feel like he's safe. Anyway, speaking of stars, at the 3 we got Jimmy Butler, who is 34 years old, 93 overall. He's averaging 21 points a game this season, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And he's shooting 40% from deep. That's really good. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the NBA, especially in the postseason, where he really does take his game to that next level. He's got 2 more years left on his deal and a player option on that 3rd season. It's 52 M's, bro. That's a lot of money. But it is what it is, man. If we're trying to win a championship, we gotta have Jimmy Butler on the team. At the 4, we got Caleb Martin, who is 28 years old, 77 overall. Obviously, he burst onto the scene during last year's playoff run, and he's looked pretty good this season. 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal, round up around here. And he's shooting 39% from deep. That's good. He's also on a really good budget deal, about 7 M's this season, and the same for next year, which is a player option. That's a good deal, man. We'll take it. Rounding out the starting 5 is Bam Adebayo, who is 26 years old, 88 overall. He's looking really good this season. 22 points a game, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Obviously, he's not a 3-point shooter, but still 50% shooting from the floor. We'll take that. His main thing is that he's a really good defender. All defensive second team in each of the last 4 seasons. Super versatile. It goes without saying he's going to be safe for this entire video. Let's take a look at the bench now. We got Jaime Jaquez Jr., who is 22 years old, 81 overall. He was the 18th overall pick in this past year's draft, but man, he's looking like a steal. 14 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And he's also shooting 35% from deep. He's an energy guy. He's able to create for himself. He's a pretty good defender, and I think he just fits the Heat culture a lot, man. So yeah, he's pretty much going to be safe for this entire video. We also got Duncan Robinson in the mix, who is 29 years old, 78 overall. He's had an up and down career. He started off undrafted, then he had a breakout year in 2021. They signed him to a 5-year, $90 million extension. But last season, man, there were times where he was outside of the rotation. He really did struggle. And this season, he's right back to being good. 14 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And he's shooting 41% from deep. That's really good. With that being said, man, it's still not a great contract. 18 M's this season, and it's going to be about 20 in 2 years, but it is a team option. Obviously, we would decline that. But yeah, man, there's been some reports that the Heat view him as untouchable. I don't really feel that way. I could definitely see us trading him at some point, so we'll see what happens. Also in the mix is Kevin Love, 35 years old, 78 overall. He's looked pretty solid this season. 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and he's also shooting 34% from deep. That's not too bad. It's good to have a floor spacing center off the bench, because obviously Bam isn't. And it's also good that he's on a budget deal, about 4 M's this season. The same for next year, but it is a player option. I'm not mad at it. Another guy on a good budget deal is Josh Richardson, 30 years old, 75 overall. He's making about 3 M's this season. Same for next year, but it is a player option. He's not a bad player, he's still a pretty good defender, and he's shooting 35% from deep this season. I guess we'll take that. But really, man, the problem is that we got him at the 1 spot, and obviously he's not really a true point guard. Don't get me wrong, bro's doing his best right now, but we do need a pass first point guard, especially now that we got Terry Rozier, Tyler Hero, 2 guys who are score first guards. We got to get someone who can facilitate, man. And even though I do like Josh Richardson, he's just not that guy. Anyways, the last guy in our 10-man rotation is Nikola Jovic, who is 20 years old, 75 overall. He was the 27th overall pick in 2022, and even though he hasn't played a ton yet, I think he's solid. He's 6'10", he's pretty mobile, and he's also shooting 42% from deep this season, even if it is on a small sample size. We'll take that. I'm not going to say safe, we might include him in a trade. I'm not going to rule that out, but I wouldn't be mad if we kept him. Let's take a look at some guys outside the rotation now. We got Haywood Highsmith, who is 27 years old, 74 overall. He's actually been playing a pretty decent amount this season. I think he is solid, but still, man, 27 years old, undrafted guy. I don't really see him progressing too much in 2K. Honestly, the same goes to Thomas Bryant, who is 26 years old, 74 overall. I just don't see him progressing too much more. Then we got Orlando Robinson, who is 23 years old, 73 overall. You know, he's another undrafted guy, and I get that's Miami's thing. They tend to get the most out of guys like this, but still, man, he's got to show me something. And the same goes to Drew Smith, 26 years old, 65 overall. That's just because he's hurt. I think he's like a 71. Either way, man, he's not really part of my future plans. Speaking of future plans, though, let's take a look at our 3-year game plan. Starting off with season 1, I just want to establish my backcourt. You know, is Terry Rozier going to be a starter for us? I got to figure that out. Either way, though, in year 2, I definitely want to get a true point guard. You know, whether that's a starter or somebody off the bench, I think we need a pass first guy because we really don't have that. And then for season 3, per usual, buy if necessary. If we still haven't won a championship, best believe I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. We'll see how that plays out. Anyways, that's a look at the 3-year game plan. We are 24-19 right now, to 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. I did look around off camera for a trade, but I couldn't really find anything that made sense. That's totally fine. We already made our big trade getting Terry Rozier. Let's just stay put this season, see how we do, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so the boys went 49-33 this season. That's not too bad. Luka Doncic got MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? No, we don't, but that's fine. What about the All-NBA teams, though? Let's take a look at this thing. Anything for Miami? We do have Jaime Jaquez Jr., all rookie first team. That's good to see. And it looks like that's it for us. We moved up a little bit in the standings. We are the number 5 seed. I'll definitely take that. Let's take a look at his stats now. It looks like Tyler Hero led the way for us. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And let's see. He shot 40% from deep. That's good. We also got Jimmy Butler, 39%. We got Duncan Robinson, 41. Then we got Caleb Martin, 38. And we also got Kevin Love, 35. It's not a ton of 3-point shooting. I think we do need to get some more, but I guess it's a decent amount. Anyways, taking a look at the rest of the stats, we got Jimmy Butler, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Then we also got Terry Rozier, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Let's see. We also got Bam Adebayo, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And then our main guy off the bench was Duncan Robinson, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this playoff run. Alright, so we're going to face the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round. That's going to be tough, but let's take a look at a matchup. As they got Tyrese Maxey, D'Anthony Melton, Kelly Oubre Jr., Tobias Harris, and also Joel Embiid. It's a good team. We got to shorten the rotation, so let me do that real quick. I man, I gave a lot more minutes to the starters and not so much to the bench, and I did take Nikola Jovic out of it just to make it a 9-man rotation. So let's get into this thing. We're going to take this game by game, per usual, as we do win game 1. Let's see, it is 1-1 now. It is 2-1 us. Let's see, now it is 3-1. And can we get the gentleman sweep? Yes, we can. There we go. Now we're moving on to the second round, going up against the Boston Celtics. Let's take a look at a matchup, as they got Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. It's a good team, man. To be honest with you, I don't really love our chances, but let's get into it. As we do lose game 1, it is 2-0 them now. 2-1, way to bounce back there. 2-2. Okay, man, let's see. 3-2 them. I already shortened the rotation. Can we force the game 7? No, we cannot. That's tough. I mean, that's not too bad, man. Again, we didn't make any moves this year, so it's not like I'm surprised that we didn't win. But anyways, let's end the rest of this thing here as the Celtics do win it all. Jason Tatum Finals MVP. Shout out to him. Alright, man, so we do have pick number 22 in the draft. Nothing too crazy, but let's go to draft night and check it out. Alright, man, so we're here pick number 22, and I think I want to go Ryan Dunn. You know, he's a really good defender with good size, 6'8". And even though he's 21, you know, that's never stopped the Heat. They got Jaime Jaquez. He's got DeMar DeRozan All-NBA ceiling. We'll definitely take that. Let's make that pick. Ryan Dunn, welcome to the Heat. As you would expect, we got a lot of guys declining their player options, so we got to bring them back. Let's get into it. Alrighty, the first guy we got to re-sign is Caleb Martin, 8.5 M's per year for the next 2 seasons. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. Next up, we're going to re-sign Kevin Love. I know he is 35 years old. He's going to regress, but it is what it is. 4.5 M's, 1 year. Will he say yes to this? And he will. That's good. And I'm also going to use my mid-level exception and try to sign Spencer Dinwiddie. Obviously, he's been really bad in real life this season. I think he does need a change in scenery. Why not do a preview deal on a competitive team? You know, 5 M's this season. It's a 2-year deal with the player option on the 2nd year. Will he say yes to this? And he will. That's a good pickup. Oh, and I'm also going to re-sign Josh Richardson, a 1-year veteran minimum. He says yes to it. Anyways, man, now your player progression is we got Jimmy Butler down 1 to 92. I mean, he's 34 years old, so that's not too bad. But anyways, we got Tyler Hero up 3 to 87. We also got Jaime Jaquez up 2 to 83. That's good. Let's see, Terry Rozier down 1 to 81. That's not too bad. We also got Duncan Robinson down 1 to 77. Same for Kevin Love. But Nikola Jovic up 2 to 77. That's good. Let's see, we got RJ Hampton up 1 to 73. And that's going to be it for us. I'm not mad at it, man. I think it is a good team. But is it good enough to win a championship as it is? I don't really think so. Let's go to season 2 and try to make some moves. And you know what, man? I'm not going to waste any more time here. I'm trying to make a trade. I'm trying to send Duncan Robinson and 2 second-round picks to the Memphis Grizzlies for Marcus Smart. Apparently, they got Bruce Brown this offseason, which I think is a good pickup. But with that being said, did they really need Marcus Smart and Bruce Brown? I don't think so. I think what they need is a small forward who can knock down a 3-ball. And Duncan Robinson can be that guy. You know, he's on a 1-year deal. If it doesn't work out, you don't have to bring him back. And for us, man, I think Marcus Smart will be a perfect fit in Miami. You know, I said I wanted a defensive minded guard. I think he can be that guy for us. I feel pretty good about this trade. Let's see if they will say yes to it, and they will. Marcus Smart, welcome to the the team. And that's the team for your two, man. We got Marcus Smart now starting for us instead of Terry Rozier. I feel like he's a much better fit in the backcourt with Tyler Hero, you know, because he's such a good defender. And now we can move Terry Rozier to the bench and let him be a really good spark plug. But anyways, the starting five is going to be Marcus Smart, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr. now starting instead of Caleb Martin. I think he deserves it. Then we got Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Off the bench, you got Caleb Martin, Terry Rozier, Spencer Dinwiddie, Kevin Love, and also Nikola Jovic. That's a really good team, man. I feel great about it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get back to simming. Alright, man, so here to trade deadline, and we are 32-18, the first seed in the Eastern Conference. That's really good to see, but let's look around for some trades. Okay, so it's not a big one, but I'm trying to send Josh Richardson to the Indiana Pacers for Oscar Tshiebwe and a 2025 second round pick. You know, they need some wing depth. I think they would do this trade. And for us, man, Jay Rich is outside of our rotation, and we don't have a lot of draft capital, so we might as well get a second round pick here. Who knows, it might come in handy next season if we need to make some improvements. Let's see if they will say yes to this deal, and they will. There we go. I think that's going to be it for us, man. Let's get back to simming. Alrighty, so the boys on 54-28 this season. We'll take that. Looking down to MVP, let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? No, we don't, but that's fine. What about the All-NBA teams though? Let's take a look at this thing. Anything for Miami? There's nothing for us. Honestly, I'm not mad at it, man. We're the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. You love to see it. Let's take a look at the stats now. Alrighty, so we got Tyler Hero leading the way, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. And let's see, he shot 43% from deep. That's good. We still don't have a ton of 3-point shooting. I mean, we got Caleb Martin, 41%. Then we got Spencer Dinwiddie, 38. It looks like he was a good addition. But yeah, man, Kevin Love, 35. Nikola Jovic, 36. It's not a ton. If we don't win a championship this year, we for sure got to improve that in year 3. Anyways, taking a look at the rest of this year, we got Jimmy Butler, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Then we got Bam Adebayo, 16 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. And Jaime Jaquez, man, first year starting for us. He averaged 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Let's see, our main guy off the bench was Terry Rozier, who averaged 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this playoff run. Who are we going to face in the first round? It's going to be the New York Knicks. Okay, let's take a look at the matchup. As they got Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Kelly Oubre Jr., Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. It's a good team. I think that we are better. Do we have to shorten the rotation? Let's find out. We lose game 1. Yeah, we're going to shorten this thing. That's all I had to see, man. Let me do that. As Terry Rozier is starting. Bro, why does 2K mess around with this stuff? Let me fix this real quick. All right, so we got Marcus Smart starting. Same for Jaime Jaquez Jr. And we did make it a 9-man rotation, taking Nikola Jovic out of it. Is it enough to win this thing, man? Let's go and find out. As let's see, we win game 2. That's good. It is 2-1 us now. Let's see, 3-1. Can we close this thing out? No, we can't. Please no game 7, bro. And there we go. Now we're moving on to the second round, going up against the Detroit Pistons. Let's take a look at a matchup. As they got Kay Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, I guess Sadiq Bey back in the mix, and then also Jalen Duren. I mean, it's an okay team, you know, but I feel pretty good about our chances. As I'm saying that, we lose game 1, 1-1, way to bounce back there, 2-1 them now. Come on, bro. 2-2. Please go up 3-2 here. Okay, that's good. Can we close this thing out now? Yes, we can. There we go. Now we're moving on to the conference finals, going up against another young team, the Charlotte Hornets, man. Let's take a look at a matchup. As they got LaMelo Ball, Jacoby Walter, Brandon Miller, PJ Washington, and Mark Williams. Once again, I feel pretty good about our chances, man. I don't want to jinx it though. As let's see, we lose game 1 the same way we started off all these other series, but now we're down 2-0, bro. Come on, man. I gotta mess around with this some more. All right, man. So I guess I'm gonna go back to starting Terry Rozier. I don't really love it. I mean, it's not like he's playing great. I mean, he's playing better than Marcus Smart, man. So we're gonna roll with it. Is that enough to make this comeback, man? Let's go and find out. As we're down 2-0. It is 2-1. That's good. 2-2 now. Come on, bro. 3-2, no shot. We win 4 straight games, man. That's insane. Let me go take a look at this thing. All right, game 3, he had 17 points, 7 assists. That's good. Let's see, game 4, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Yeah, man, these are pretty good numbers here. Anyways, now we're here in the NBA Finals, going up against the OKC Thunder. Let's take a look at a matchup. As they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey-Ludor, Jalen Williams, and Chad Holmgren. Honestly, man, outside of the point guard spot, I feel like we match up well here. So let's get into it. Is this going to be the year for us? As we lose game 1, that's tough. It is 1-1. Way to bounce back there. 2-1 us now. 3-1. Can we close this thing out? I did not mean to go simcast. Let's go back to simming this thing normally, and we did win it all. Wow. That was pretty anticlimactic, man. My bad. But either way, the Miami Heat have won a championship in year 2. And Jimmy Butler led the way. 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. 50-40-90, man. Shout out to him. I mean, bro, check out Jimmy Butler in the closeout game. 29 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, and 5 steals. That's a crazy stat line. And we also got Terry Rozier, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I guess I was wrong, man. Putting him in that starting lineup really was a big move for us. Let's take a look at the playoff stats now. We got Jimmy Butler, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and he shot 40% from deep. That's good. We also got Bam Adebayo, 18 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. How about Tyler Hero, man? 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. And bro shot 56% from deep. That's insane. Shout out to him. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is a big relief. We won a championship in year 2, and we still got 1 more year left to go. Let's get back to it. Now we're in free agency. We gotta re-sign Jimmy Butler. He's 35 years old at this point. Let's do a 1-year deal, 33 M's, and he says yes to it. And instead of re-signing Kevin Love, who at this point is 36 years old, I'm gonna sign a younger floor spacer in Trey Lyles, 29 years old. Let's do 4.5 M's, 1 year. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. Anyways, now we're here play progression. We do got Jimmy Butler down 2 to a 90. It is what it is. What else do we got here? Jaime Jaquez Jr. up 1 to an 84. We got Marcus Smart down 1 to an 80. Caleb Martin up 2 to a 79. Let's see. We got Nikola Jovic up 1 to a 78. And what else do we got? We got Ryan Dunn up 3 to a 73. That's good. And we got Oscar Tshiebwe up 1 to a 71. That's a look at the team, man. I still feel really good about it, even though we are older. We should still be able to compete for a championship, man. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so the team for year 3 is looking like Terry Rozier, who is going to start for us. I mean, he definitely earned it. Anyways, also got Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. Off the bench, we got Marcus Smart, Caleb Martin, Spencer Dinwiddie, Nikola Jovic, and Trey Lyles. It's a good team, man. Let's get back to simming. Alright, man, through the trade deadline, and we are 30-21, the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. It's not great, but let's still grind for some trades. Alright, here's what I'm thinking of trying to send Marcus Smart, Ryan Dunn, and a 1st round pick in 2030 to the Atlanta Hawks or DeJounte Murray. I will say I've done this trade a few times in my recent realistic rebuilds, but it's time for the Hawks to hit the reset button. They need some young players, some draft capital. With this trade, they're going to get Marcus Smart on an expiring contract, Ryan Dunn, a nice young player who is 23 years old, and also a 1st round pick. That's not too bad. And for us, man, I've been looking for that ideal point guard this whole time. I think DeJounte Murray can be that guy. He's a good passer, he's a really good defender, and he's also shooting 40% from deep this season. That's good. I feel like that's a really good trade, man. Let's see if they will say yes to it, and they will. DeJounte Murray, welcome to the team. And that's the team for year 3, man. We got DeJounte Murray, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. Off the bench, you got Terry Rozier, Caleb Martin, Spencer Dinwiddie, Nikola Jovic, and Trey Lyles. I like that team a lot. Let's get back to simming. Alrighty, man, so we went 51-31 this season. We'll take that. Chet Holmgren MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? No, we don't. What about the All-NBA teams, though? Let's take a look at this thing. Anything for Miami? It is not looking like it, but that's fine. Anyways, we're the number 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's not too bad. Let's take a look at the stats now. Alright, so we got Tyler Hero leading the way once again. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And let's see. He shot 41% from deep. That's good. We got the same for DeJounte Murray, Jaime Jaquez Jr., 39%. That's good. Let's see. We also got Terry Rozier, 38%, Caleb Martin 37%, and Nikola Jovic 36%. It's still not a ton of 3-point shooting, but I guess it's enough. I'm not too mad at it. Anyways, let's take a look at the rest of the stats. I got DeJounte Murray 17 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Jaime Jaquez Jr., man, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And Bam Adebayo, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. And no surprise here, our man got the bench is Terry Rozier, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Anyways, man, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this playoff run. Alrighty, so we're going to face the Knicks in the first round. Let's take a look at the matchup. As let's see, they got Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, Kelly Oubre Jr., Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. It's a good team. I think that we are better, but let's get into it. So let's see, we do win game 1. That's good. It is 2-0 us now. Let's see, 2-1, that's fine. Didn't think I'd sweep them, but it's 2-2 now. I guess I got to shorten the rotation, man. Let me do that. Alrighty, so I gave my minutes to the starters. I did make it a 9-man rotation, taking Trey Lyles out of it. So let's get into this thing. Can we win 2 games here? As we win that game, that's good. And there we go. Now we're moving on to the second round, going up against the Indiana Pacers. Let's take a look at the matchup. As they got Tyrese Halliburton, Malik Beasley, Benedict Mather, Miles Bridges, and James Wiseman. It's a good team, man. I'm a little bit worried here, but let's get into it. So let's see, we do win game 1, that's good. They're the 7th seed, I'm just not realizing that. But anyways, we're up 3-0 now. Can we get the sweep here? No, we cannot. What about the gentleman's sweep? There we go. Now we're in the conference finals, going up against the Cavs. Let's take a look at the matchup. As they got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Aaron Wiggins now, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. It's a good team, man. I'm a little bit worried here, but let's get into it. So we do win game 1, that's good. It is 2-0 us now. 2-1, that's fine. 2-2. Come on, bro. It is 3-2 them now. That's tough, man. Let me see if there's any changes I can make. Alrighty, so I gave more minutes to the starters here, and I did make it an 8-man rotation, taking Spencer Dinwiddie out of it. Is that enough to win 2 games here? Let's find out. And it looks like it's not. That's tough. It is what it is, man. They're a young team or an older one. But anyways, sim in the rest of this thing, it is the Cavs who win it all. And it's Jared Allen Finals MVP. Wow. I guess the lights weren't too bright for him, man. Shout out to him. Like I said, man, it is an older team. We got Jimmy Butler, 36 years old. But I mean, other than that, we got a lot of guys in their prime. Bam Adebayo, 28, Tyler Hero, 26. 26, DeJounte Murray 29, Jaime Jaquez Jr. 25, and we even got Nikola Jovic 22 years old. It's not a bad team, man. I'm pretty happy with it. Anyways, man, that's gonna do it for me. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This has been TKJ. Blessings.